Hi, welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to discuss about two-dimensional array. In this two-dimensional array, we are utilizing the maximum facility of an array, and this is a one-dimensional array. In this one-dimensional array, values are arranged in a linear fashion. That means 450. Then next location we can store the related value 500. Then 360, then 550, likewise. Consider it's a total marks of a student in a class. For example, there are 6 students in the class, and we are calculating the total marks in the sense for example, if a series exam or a terminal exams are conducted, after that we are calculating the total marks they gained by each student after the examination, and if so, we can store those values. So 450 is the total of a particular student. For example, roll number 1, and for roll number 2 the total mark is 500 out of 600. For roll number 3 the total mark is 360 out of 600. Likewise, roll number 4 total mark 550 out of 600. Roll number 5 254 out of 600, and roll number 6 547 out of 600. So we all know that this is a total. We don't know, or we don't have the provision to store individual values in this example. Individual values. For example, subject 1 how much mark, subject 2 how many mark, subject 3 how many mark, how much mark, subject 4 how much mark. So all those details we can store here because it's a one-dimensional array. We can store only a linear set of values in the array. So we have a solution for that. That is a two-dimensional array. In this two-dimensional array, we can decide how many values that we have to store in an array. For example, consider these are the roll numbers we need to store. Array is a collection of similar data elements, similar kind of data elements, or similar data types. So we have the only option to store the elements are either in integer or in a float or in character or double or a string. But if we are using integer values, in this case we can store individual values like this. In the 0th index we can store the roll numbers. Okay, then the next two-dimensional array we can store the values or individual marks of each student in a horizontal way. Likewise, for example, roll number 1, the first subject mark is 25, second subject mark is 35, third subject mark is 45, fourth subject mark is 50. This is a case of a roll number 1. For roll number 2 is 35, so 25, 45, 25. So we are fixing that this first column it stores the roll number. Second column it stores. So these are the columns. Okay. So this is the first column. This is the first column. This is the second one. This third one, fourth one, fifth one. Okay. The first column stores what? The roll number. Second column stores the mark of a first subject, subject 1. Third column stores the marks of a second subject. Fourth column stores the marks of a third subject. Fifth column stores the marks of a fourth subject. So we can rename this one. So this is for your understanding that I am saying that this is roll number. This is a subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4. So but logically we are assigning that this is for roll number. This column is for roll number. This column is for subject 1, likewise. So logically we have to replace this value as 0, 1, and this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So 0, 0 stores the roll number of a first student. 0, 1 stores the roll mark for the first subject. 02 stores the marks of the second subject. 03 stores the marks of the third subject, 04 stores the marks of the fourth subject. Likewise, 10 stores the mark of stores the roll number of a second student, 11 stores the mark of subject 1, 12 stores the mark of subject 2 for student roll number 2. Likewise, so likewise we can use the same marks details of a student of the students in a two-dimensional array. So how will we declare an array for this kind of purpose? So it's a two-dimensional array. So these rows, this is first row, this is a second row, this is a third row, this is a fourth row, this is a fifth row. So these are the index values. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 example are index values. These are the horizontal index value. This is a vertical index value and this is a horizontal index value. These two are not data. Okay, this is not data. These 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are not considered as data. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are not considered as data. Datas are 1, 25, 35. These are the datas. So these are the index value or the address value for each and every data. So 1 stores in 0, 0, 25 stores in 0, 1, 35 stores in 0, 2, 45 stores in 0, 3, 50 stores in 0, 4. Likewise, 2 store in 1, 0, then 35 store in 1, 1, 25 store in 1, 2, 45 store in 1, 3, and 25 store in 1, 4. Likewise, okay. And here we are declaring this two-dimensional array like this. For example, A is the name of the array. Then how many number of students or how many rows you are planning for storing the values, that you can mention here. 100. For example, 100 is the total number of rows. Okay. For in our example, the roll number. So roll number 1 up to roll number 99. Roll number 100, we can store it in the array. Remember, A of 100. So A of 100 in the sense 0 to 99. So in our example, roll number 1 to 100 can store, and this index, this 5 represents how many data for each row, how many data that we can store in each row. That is the meaning. How many data that we can store in each row. In the first row, this is the first data, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Okay, that is why I mentioned it as 5. Clear? And how will we store this value in a in the form of a program? Okay, so we all know that it's a array. Anyway, we have to execute the same process again and again to collect the value. The first step is to process row wise. Okay, take the first row. Okay, this is the first row, and store the roll number in the first column. Then store the mark in the second column. Store the second subject mark in the third column. Store the third subject mark in the fourth column. Store the fifth subject mark in the fourth column. So that's the meaning. So 0 to 4 is the total number of columns, index 0 to 4, and 0 to 99 is the total number of rows. Clear? Next, I am going to store the values by using the array in the array. For that, how many rows? Up to n-1. So we are consider printf enter the total number of students. Enter the total number of students, and the scanf, we will collect that value. Scanf ampersand n. Okay, so we collected the total number of students in n, and we are processing. I equal to 0 colon I less than n. Okay, then colon I plus plus. So this is the first for loop for collecting the values in each row. Okay, then what is next? And we decided how many students we have to store in an array. And for the first student, so our base starts from here and then okay, so our control starts from here, and here also I am declaring int I. Okay, next, for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So total number of rows that we are using is also finalized. Next we are going to store the values. Okay, so we can say that printf enter the details of each student. No, each student. Okay, enter the details of each student, or enter the details of, you can say percentage d, okay, comma I plus 1, so that enter the detail of one student 1, okay, or student 1, you can say that detail of percentage d. Okay, you can say in a different way, printf enter the detail of a student hyphen percentage d I plus 1, and you can say that scanf not scanf. Okay, next step is what we are going to store. We are going to collect the value in a column wise. Okay, so for that we have another for loop. So nested for loop for j equal to 0, j less than how many number of data that we are going to store. So 5. Okay, it's fixed. So less than 5, comma j plus plus, j plus plus. Okay, we are I comma j. Okay, in this case j equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. Okay, next we are going to collect printf under the roll number. So that's the meaning. The first one, we are asking for the roll number. So the user will give the roll number, and we are collecting that value in a scanf statement. Scanf percentage d ampersand a of. Here we are going to start our main part of the program. So where we are going to store the roll number 0 0. So 0 is represents the first student data, and this 0 represents the first data in a column wise. Okay, so for that I am using this 0. This one will be same for the first 5 data. So I, then j. Okay, percentage d ampersand a of I of j. So in the scanf we are collecting the value, and the percentage d ampersand a of I of j. Okay, j equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. Printf enter the roll number, scanf percentage d ampersand a of I of j. So we collected the value. The roll number is collected and is stored in a of 0 0. Next, printf enter the mark for English. So that value that we will store in the second place, that means 0 1. Okay, so we are going to store that value in the next iteration. Okay, so here the first one is j, and if j equal to 0, then this one will execute. If j equal to 1, then this one will execute, likewise. Okay, we can say like this: if j equal to 0, if j equal to 0, then we are processing the first data, that is a roll number. Then if the second case, if j equal to 1, we are saying that so we are collecting the values in the proper fashion. Scanf %d Fij. Likewise, if j equal to 2, if j equal to 2, then enter the mark for science. If j equal to 3, enter the mark for Malayalam. This for 4, okay, and for English, Science, Malayalam, then computer. Okay, so this is the way that we are collecting the values one by one and store it in the array. So we will let me check. I equal to 0, okay, enter the student details, that will be printed. Then j is also 0, and we are going to verify if j equal to 0, then we are processing the first one. So I value equal to 0, so enter the roll number, that will be stored in ampersand a of I, that is 0, j also 0, 0 0, and this is location, and we will store that roll number in that location. So j equal to 0, the first condition is true, and this is false, this is false, and this is also false, and this is also false. Okay, then come to the j equal to 1, j equal to 1, this condition is false, but j equal to 1, this condition is true. So enter the mark for English, that will be stored in a of I comma j, a of I of j, I value equal to 0, a of 0 1, a of 0 1, this one, this is a mark for the first student. Likewise, here j equal to 1, here j equal to 2 the condition is false, j equal to 3 the condition is false, j equal to 4 the condition is false. It comes to the next case, j equal to 3, sorry, j equal to 2, I think. Okay, in this case j equal to 0 condition false, j equal to 1 the condition false, j equal to 2 this condition is true. So we will ask them to enter the mark for signs. So likewise, this is a way that we are processing the value in the program. Okay. Hi, here we are executing the same program here. I modified the a little bit modifications that n is declared and everything I made, and we are going to execute this program. Okay, enter the detail of the student 1, likewise. Okay, execute the program, and here we are collected the details for I equal to 0, and everything that we discussed is added in this program. And okay, enter the total number of students. Here for example I am giving 5. Okay, enter the detail of student 1. Okay, enter roll number. So I have to align or print it in the next line. Okay, so for that enter the detail of the first student. Okay, then after that /n is enough. Okay, it's running the program. Okay. For example, the total number of students is 5. Enter the detail of a student 1. Okay, so roll number I am giving 1. Enter the mark for English. So 50, then science 60, then Malayalam 70, then computer 45. Okay, then roll number 2. So enter the detail of the student 2. Okay, roll number 2. For English she got 45, and then 75, then 84, then 75. Okay, roll number for student 3. It's not necessary to give roll number 3, you can say, because for example roll number 3 may be discontinued. So roll number 4. So English 55, then 84, then 74, then 65. Okay, enter the detail of a student, student 4. So I am giving value 5 here. English 78, 75, then 84, then 85, then 75. Enter the detail of first student 5. Number 6, 75, 65, 48, 54. Okay, so this is the way that we can collect the value and store it in a 2-dimensional array. We will discuss the printing of a 2-dimensional array elements in the next video. Thank you.